The divorce between Ariana Grande. Can you make it a little bigger for us so I can read this? Put us on the other side too. Small. All right. Ariana Grande and Dalton Gomez are officially divorced. Okay, scroll down so I can read it. All right. Make it one bigger. Okay. Los Angeles Superior Court judgment dissolving their marriage of nearly 3 years became official Tuesday, 6 months after the 30-year-old pop star filed a petition to divorce the 28-year-old real estate broker. They separated 2 years ago. They had a prenuptial agreement, no children, and had no significant legal disputes in the split, allowing it to move quickly and cleanly through the court system. Under the agreement, Grande will make a one-time payment of $1,250,000 to Gomez with no future alimony, give him half the proceeds of the sale of their Los Angeles home, and will pay up to $25,000 towards his attorney's fees. Oh, and look, they were married in Montecito, which is here in the Santa Barbara County area anyways. So that's pretty much the extent of the article. What do you guys think of that? Do you think that's fair that, they're married for, I believe, 3 years about, and she's going to pay him, what was it, 1.25 million?
Yeah,
do you think that's fair? You think it's reasonable, or what do you got? What's your initial take on that? Starting with Bree, then we'll go around the table. Go ahead, Bree, Gertrude.
Wait, why did she have to pay? Because she had more money.
Yeah, so you familiar with Ariana Grande, the internationally renowned pop singer?
So is that like why they made her pay? Because she made more money? Hello.
What would the other reason be for her having to pay?
I feel like, why didn't he just pay his own attorney fees?
She's rich.
So?
She's rich. She's the breadwinner, bro. Who do you think makes more money, Ariana Grande or Dalton Gomez?
I feel like that's why you should not date someone under what you value yourself at. Stay there. Don't go under.
So do you think it's unfair though, that she had to pay him the $1.25 million?
I don't think it's unfair because she made that choice, but I feel like she should not have dated someone like that.
Okay. Molly, what about you?
I mean, well, I was just wondering, like, was there a prenup in place?
There was.
Then realistically, yes, I think that it's
fair. That was kind of an L for Dalton. He should have just not had a prenup.
Well, I think prenups are a controversial topic, like, in and of themselves. I personally would not get married without a prenup, just because I'll be damned if I'm paying a man $1.25 million of my money, no matter how much I made.
It's interesting, like, women who make money, they'll always have a prenup with their husband if he's earns less than them. But men don't tend to do this. I mean, some men do get prenups, of course, but women tend to be a little more cutthroat, I guess you could say, when it comes to their finances.
I could agree with that. I think that has to, I mean, my personal opinion, I feel like that would tie a lot into the fact that, like, 100 years ago, 200 years ago, women were not in control of their finances as much as they are in today's world. And so I think women have been told by their parents, grandparents, mothers, grandmothers, that being in control of your
really
finances.
Quick, did we read this one already? Did we?
Yeah.
Did it come? I didn't hide it, so I just wanted to make sure. Okay, sorry, continue.
No, that being in control of your finances is probably one of the most important things and in a marriage.
So would you ask your fiancé to sign a prenup if he made less money than you? You would do that?
Even if he made more money than me, I still think that is the smart thing to do, especially if you both own assets or, like, you have large amounts of money before coming into the marriage.
What about you?
That kind of goes against the whole idea of marriage, because the whole thing about marriage is becoming one and basically merging your whole lives together.
So you just make sure to date a guy that...
So that's why I don't really even believe in traditional marriages and how it is like man, wife, one baby, blah, blah. Like, it's just not even, I don't know, especially now, it doesn't work. Now that women can make their own money.
So if your financial husband was a billionaire, would you sign his prenup?
Yes.
You would?
I would not get married actually in a traditional marriage, but hypothetically, yes.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
What about you?
So, okay, the guy she's divorcing is not the gentleman with the red hair that had they both had the affair, Ariana and that.
No,
I don't know who that guy is.
Oh, okay.
SpongeBob?
Oh, well, so there was like an affair that happened and it was public. And if the guy was a real estate agent, what if like there was some sort of like emotional, like, oh my gosh, and then all of his friends are asking, and maybe he lost out on like a sale that maybe he could have been working on due to like, oh my gosh, like I was trying to close the big house.
It sounds to me like, well, with a prenup, it's not just like a lot of people think about it in terms of it means I get nothing. When it actually is just predetermining that amount if the event happens that you get divorced. So apparently they probably just decided 1.25 billion plus half of the house was what was fair if they get divorced under a certain number of years or whatever.
Well, let's also think, right? So we don't know the details of the prenup, but if there wasn't a prenup, my understanding when it comes to, and perhaps you can weigh in on this, so in California, there's community property. So anything that you make during the marriage, that's 50-50. So if Ariana went and made 100 million throughout the course of the marriage, I think he could argue to get 50 million of that.
Right.
And then if there was, I don't think because of the shortness of the marriage, I don't think there would be alimony. I think
Half of the number of years.
Oh, Eve, I thought it was. Oh no, it's
If they're
over
married-
10.
Yeah.
Then it's for life.
It's indefinite up to a judge.
And then less than 10, it's half the
Half the number.
duration.
Yep.
Okay, so he should have had alimony for what, a year and a half, basically, if they were married for 3 years. I think he got screwed over here, kind of. I mean, this guy should have got.
More, are you saying?
Yeah, when men get
100%.
destroyed in divorces, he should have got. Well, they had a
I mean,
prenup,
he
so I
signed,
feel like
he signed the prenup.
he did sign the prenup.
But had he not, especially, with the infidelity and the way things ended, I could see him getting way, way more.
Some men could kind of just walk away in a sense where they're just like, you know what, I don't want your money. Like with the scandal that happened and everything, he could be like, you know what, sick makes me sick. Never
I'm
mind.
curious. I would be
Like,
curious
right,
if there's any stats on that comparing when the man's the breadwinner versus the woman's the breadwinner. If men are less likely to seek alimony or some sort of financial recompense, I would suspect that women are more likely to seek it.
Yeah, I guess.
Per capita,
I think-
assuming who the if there's men are more often the breadwinner, but in cases of women being the breadwinner, I would suspect that men are less likely to seek it.
I think one reason for that is in a lot of cases where a marriage ends and the man was the breadwinner, just statistically, it's more common that the woman was like a stay-at-home mom or a stay-at-home wife. She didn't have her own career. She didn't have her own networking, connections, skill set that she had been developing for however many years.
Yeah.
Whereas her husband, he had a job. He had,
I
things
gave
like
that. If I was married to
think it's less
Ariana
common
Grande, I'm giving up my podcast to support her career and
But that's a lot less common that a man's willing to give up his career.
Well, listen, she's paying me $1 million weekly allowance, and I want to support what she's got going on.
Do you
and
only do
my podcast had to take a back seat, and I can't get back to where I was.
You're
so
definitely making
like
a lot
you
on
need to
YouTube
seek
as
him
well.
out.
So I think
So
I
Yeah.
think that she should pay me half her shit.
The guy that she was with were they both doing The Wicked? Both of them were actors in that.
Yeah.
Okay, so but
Yeah.
also it would be a hard pill to swallow if I was a man.
SpongeBob guy.
Yeah, like
That
like
was actually-
if I was a man and she was doing something, I would think that
Mm-hmm.
money is just like every time I would think about it, I'd think about them together, and I would just be like, if
blood
that
money.
was it was blood money. Like I would be like, I don't want to even. And if he's already making money and he's a real estate agent, then he probably has his own
Is she dating somebody? Is she still dating the SpongeBob guy?
Yeah, is
I
she?
thought
Oh,
they
she
just
is.
broke
Oh, okay,
up.
okay.
Did they break
did
up?
they?
I think
Maybe they did
I think
for
I just
the.
saw
Is
like
she
a
trying to
couple
have
days
kids?
ago they
Do you
broke
guys know?
up.
She's trying to
Probably not.
Because I think she likes her relationship
stay with
private.
one man.
Dogs, and so maybe she
Yeah.
just
She has
wanted
the
to
dogs,
squash
the
that.
Italian
Yeah,
dogs.
Not have that explode.
Yeah,
because
follow-
like he works.
You think I got a shot
on Broadway, so
with
he probably
Ariana?
doesn't want
With
that.
Ari?
Because
Go for it.
sometimes people like
Yeah,
they
go
have,
for
like-
it.
Yeah, sure.
Together.
Ariana
Especially if you're in a
Grande.
secret
Let's
Let's give up the
imagine,
podcast.
Shout out Ari.
imagine the fucking
album.
too.
It's
the
so
what's it
good.
called, the headlines. Ariana Grande's controversial relationship with toxic podcast host.
Would it be
I'm waiting for Taylor Swift to. Oh wait, no, she's dating a dude.
You know how they like mesh their names together, Brary? Like, you know, like they put their names.
Celebrity couple names.
Rariana.
Brariana.
I like it. I think you should pursue.
Brariana.
You should pursue.
I should pursue.
Yeah, but remember, she has to give up everybody else after date 1.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, she does.
Yes, and she would.
She's dating a guy on. What's he do? Broadway? He's a Broadway guy. Theater
Yeah.
guy. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You know.
Sus.
I wonder if like if the podcast ever gets like too much influence, they're gonna like try to send in like like some sort of opposition. What's that, Nick?
Mm-hmm. Like
And
a
they're
mole
gonna-
in here.
No, not like that. But like they're gonna like try to have like one of these like super lib chicks that are super rich like try to like wife me up or whatever,
Oh, that's
and
a
then
long
to
game.
get me out of the game.
That's a
To
long
get me
game.
out of the game.
Like Taylor Swift, like she's like a what's they're saying about her? She's a CIA
Operative?
Oh.
operative or some
Ooh.
shit.
What?
Allegedly.
Oh.
Allegedly.
That's why she's so famous.
So she's yeah.
I mean, most very
Hey.
famous people have already been touched by the
Special
CIA.